Welcome to the gymnasium at the Jack Doyle Recreation Center on the campus of Algonquin College. This is a brand new facility, and what better place to have the National Capital All-Star Classic 2023 edition. Hi everybody, Dan Mooney and alongside Wayne Condro for this All-Star Classic. And Wayne, this is a great facility to showcase some outstanding basketball talent.
Well, this is also a first, Ed, and kudos to Jeff Wilson for organizing this, because what they've basically done is taken elite players from 4 different leagues and put them all on the floor. Many of these kids haven't played against one another before, so it'll be an interesting experience for them. You couple that with the fact that we've got our great producer, Al Ouellette, and we have the recipient of the Ernie Calcutt, Eddie McCabe, Brian Smith Media Lifetime Achievement Award on play-by-play, and this could be dazzling.
Oh man, you never cease to amaze me by bringing that up. Yeah, this is the U16 Girls All-Stars, and every club team in this city is represented in this game.
Well, it's even more than that, Dan. This is Eastern Ontario, and what this is there are players off the Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association League. There are players off of the Jewel program. There are players off the Ontario Basketball Association Provincial Elite program, and then there are club players. I mean, we've seen a real change in the structure of girls basketball in the last decade. You know, where basically we've created a whole bunch of elite teams, and they compete against other elite teams in that league or division all year. They don't compete against each other for the most part. Like there are a couple teams that, for example, would be both part of the Jewel Prep but
let's go to public address announcer Richard Provencher for the introduction of the starting lineups.
From the Naismith Basketball Club, number 9, Emily Posey. Representing West Ottawa, number 23, Kathleen Greenwald. From the Blackville Blazers, number 24, Tegan Klein-Herrenbrink. From the Gloucester Wolverines, number 25, Alexia Schreibert. Representing Ottawa Elite, number 37, Lily Dover. From the Blackville Blazers, number 39, Cameron Stefura. And from the European Blue Devils, number 44, Danica Richardson. And now, for the Team Black starters. From Ottawa Elite, number 20, Chelsea Hebian. From Ottawa Next Level, number 21, Sierra Wachuku. From the European Blue Devils, number 22, Senna Baines. From Ottawa Elite, number 26, Liane Kwasatien. And from the European Blue Devils, number 38, Ines Esusi. Coaching Team Black, From Ottawa Elite, number 30, Evelyn Tunkera. And now, your team gold starters. From the Brockville Blazers, number 7, Kira Lusk. From Ottawa Elite, number 20, Alicia Bruce. From the Valley Pride, number 22, Rachel Robertson. From the European Blue Devils, number 24, Aislinn Stevenson. And from the Brockville Blazers, number 38, Isabel Carson. The team goal coaches are Beer Baines and Cord Carter. Ladies and gentlemen, your U16 Girls All-Stars.
One of the names you didn't hear called there, Dan, was Rachel Okoko, who many people think is the best U16 player in the city right now. She is at the national U16 tryout camp where they're whittling the number of the players down from 17 to 12 to participate next week in Yucatan, Mexico at the FIBA Americas U16 Championships.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's good that the national capital area is represented on that national team for sure. The referees for this one, Ray Sofer and Kim Mathieu. They are ready to go. The coaches giving last-minute instructions, and I'm not sure how often these teams get to work out before they come to this particular game. Maybe once.
They've had one practice. They had the tryouts last week, and they had one practice earlier this week. So they don't have a whole lot of familiarity with one another.
So what kind of offense do these guys profess? Do they have work on 3 plays maybe?
Try one maybe. Get the ball to someone open and let them shoot it.
Well, it'll be freelance basketball in this All-Star game, and these girls are absolutely ready to go, getting set for the jump. And
what's interesting also is that not only do you have kids representing 4 different leagues, there are players who, like Brockville Blazers, for example, the OBA provincial champions, they got some players on each team. So they'll be playing against one another for the first time.
Right to Alicia Bruce in the corner, back to Bruce. Nice ball control there, tried to filter that one through, and it's a turnover back the other way. Little bounce pass ends up into the hands of Inez Isuzi, and back the other way it's Kira Lusk bringing the ball up for Team Gold. In for Alicia Bruce. Little drive toward the hoop. Left hand by Isabel Carson doesn't go. And an unfriendly rim. Kira Lusk takes that one off the melon, and it results in a turnover. Back the other way. Team Black. Chelsea Hemme. And there's a rebound from Isuzi. And this game is underway. Team Black on the board first.
And there you see, folks, the skill of Dan Mooney. These uniforms are very difficult to pick up the numbers. But Dan manages to get the names and the numbers right every time, and at half the time I'm going, huh?
Sent in by Quasitier. Wachuku, there's a shot from the outside, doesn't go, and back the other way comes Kira Lusk, bringing Team Gold up the floor. Into the corner. Aislinn Stevenson, back out, Carson for 3, doesn't go, off the rim. Bruce tried to drop that one in, and the unfriendly rim spat it back out. Wachuku. In the corner, tries to filter that one through, gets it into traffic, back out for Isabel, or make that Inez Isuzi, and it doesn't go. Still 2-0. Here's Lusk, drops that off for Carson. Carson for Bruce. Alicia Bruce underneath. Some tough work underneath the basket. Ball comes all the way back out. Carson for 2. Doesn't get the friendly roll off the rim. And now a jump ball underneath the Team Black basket.
Interesting that Team Gold has Isabel Carson playing in the high post. And for Brockville, she plays in the low post. It's just sort of and is one of their better Blazers. So playing the post on defense.
Senna Baines moves that one back to Susie. All the way across for Quasitier. Pass down low along the baseline.
To an imaginary teammate.
Alicia Bruce for Kira Lusk. Crossing over. Goes to the right side. Marked there by Chelsea Hemian underneath. Doesn't go. Hemian comes up with a loose ball and she'll bring it up the floor. Hemian goes into the corner. Back out. Wachuku moves it across. Inside for a Susie. All kinds of traffic. Spins. Puts it up. Gets her own rebound off the glass. That one misses. Another attempt. And Gold starts away. Lusk picks up the rebound and gets to half court. All the way across. Bruce for 3. That one rolls out. Hemian back the other way. Chelsea Hemian coast to coast off the glass for 2. Lusk for Alicia Bruce. Drives. Somebody set the pick. Bruce moves it back out. Lusk across for Carson. Carson drives left hand and the finger roll drops.
A nice finish.
Hemian. Senna Baines into the corner. A Susie for 2. A Susie now 4 on the ball game. And Team Black leads 6-2. Here's Kira Lusk. For Carson. Carson, nice pass inside, and Bruce can't finish. But it will be Team Gold ball. Great opportunity, and they're going to have to start taking advantage of those.
Oh, indeed. Arguably, they could be a little nervous. It's the first time that they're playing in this gym, the first time they're playing with these teammates. It has been a bit sloppy, if I can put it that way, and people are shooting the ball sort of like, I don't know, sometimes we saw the Toronto Raptors shoot this year.
All kinds of fresh legs out there. Little pass across. Bryn Hardy trying to go up, draws the foul.
Alexia Schreibert.
Team Black foul on number 25, Alexia Schreiber.
Her first personal foul.
Team's first foul.
I think that's Hans Schreibert's daughter. You recall he was the coach of Samuel Genet when they made it to provincials. And
that's right. There's an errant pass from Lily Gover, and it will be Team Gold ball. And it's Zoe Giroux. Moves it across. Bryn Hardy. Little drop for Ashlyn Norris. Ooh. Pass inside. Doesn't work. And a step on the baseline there from Ella Carrera, and that gives Team Gold the ball.
Could have called one of those runaway truck fouls on that one. It just sort of bowled over her defender.
Loose pass underneath. Intended for Caitlin Taylor. She couldn't handle it, and back comes Team Black into the corner. Caitlin Taylor drives, and it falls. That's Alexia Schreibert with her first 2 points of the ball game. Ashlyn Norris. Norris tries to take it herself, goes off the glass with the rebound, and her first 2 of the ball game. Team Black ahead by 4 in the early going here. Loose pass intercepted there by Tunkara. Evelyn Tunkara down. Little stop. Tunkara with the board, comes back out. Zoe Giroux moves that one back. Bryn Hardy drives, goes left hand. Didn't put it up high enough off the glass. And back the other way comes Cameron Stafura. Stafura drives, lays it off the glass with just a little too much mustard. Jump ball called underneath Team Gold, and it will be Team Gold possession.
Team Gold possession.
Well, we've seen the first 10 of each side. Wayne, your thoughts right now? The nerves are starting to go away now.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, people have been talking about how this is a generation or a group of players that really suffered from the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
And you see that on the floor already. The picks are poorly set. They're not held. You know, they're like, there's a lot of fundamentals that aren't automatic, and usually at the U16 age they are, and that's unfortunate. But that was true Canada-wide, where kids couldn't get into the gym, they couldn't practice, they didn't get coaching, they didn't get games, and that of course is going to arrest your development. And a lot of what I see, I mean, I agree with you. There's some of it is nerves, but some of the basics aren't being followed here.
Alexia Schreiber with 4 on the ball game, perfect from the foul stripe. Evelyn Tunkara. Tunkara, couple of spins, tries to go back out into the corner. That intercepted by Ella Carrera. Carrera down underneath, loose pass, scooped up, back the other way. It's Ashlyn Norris. Norris trying to go coast to coast off the glass underneath for 2.
Nice finish. Little flip underhand. It was a great finish.
Emily Pazzi drops that off. Schreiber for Cameron Stafura off the rim. That goes out. It'll be Team Gold ball. They lead 10-6. Not really much of a surprise now.
Wholesale
More
changes.
new players checking in.
Yeah. Well, you know, these are all-stars. You want to give them all a chance to play, so you platoon them.
And each of these coaching staffs have opted to go with the Scotty Bowman type thinking in units of 5.
Yeah.
The Russians.
Yeah. Well, when you've got that many all-stars, you have to platoon them, Dan.
Oh, everybody wants to get a piece of this one, absolutely. Yeah. Kathleen Greenwald. Little drive through by Sarah Leffler, and she almost got it to go.
Team Gold foul on number 8, Ella Peters.
Ella Peters, first personal foul.
Second foul.
Just a second foul for Team Gold. Be a while before they get into a bonus situation.
Yeah, that had to have been a foul on the floor. Like, if she was fouled along the baseline with the reach in, she took 2 more steps before she threw it up, so it couldn't have been a shooting foul.
Leffler scores and expands the Team Black lead to 5. Ella Peters drops that one back. Finley Cotton inside, back outside for Peters, driving the baseline. Nice feed back out in front for Balan, and Alicia Balan unable to complete that play. And once they get a feel, it's a brand new gym for them too, and there's depth perception issues.
And they're playing with kids they're not used to playing with, haven't played with all year. I mean, I said off the top, I thought this was a really interesting phenomena where you're taking kids from 4 different leagues or levels of play, putting them together, and then you're mixing them up even within that. So.
Little drive underneath, and Leffler gets it to go. Back comes Team Gold. Ella Peters tries to split the D, and she'll go to the line.
I think you were right on that last bucket. I think it was Leffler. The public address announcer here gave it to Ella Carrera. And I don't know, either my eyes were wrong or...
I think it was Leffler. Gaveline Grewal called for her personal foul, and now officials Ray Sofer and Kim Mathieu discussing, nobody going to the line.
I got to say, I like the fact that Kim Mathieu has decided to become an official. I mean, I remember watching her as a GG for 5 years, and she was just a fun player to watch. She was so aggressive and enthusiastic, and now she's on the other side. It's interesting.
Now she has to be the voice of reason.
And calm.
Michaela Desjardins.
Another one of those wild imaginary passes. I don't know, maybe you've got arms that stretch out 92 feet.
Here comes Team Black. Tegan Klein-Herrenbrink tried to get that one through. Picked up there by Desiree Watson.
That was her best imitation of Jordan Poole. You get over the half-court line and you jack it.
Peters kicks that one out. Desjardins off the rim. Loose ball underneath. And back comes Team Black. Sarah Leffler. Forced to offload that for Klein-Herrenbrink. Drives underneath, loses control, and it'll be Team Gold ball. Michaela Desjardins. Inbounds to Ella Peters, and she brings it up. Team Gold trailing by 7. Here's Peters. Sends that one out. Watson off the rim. Rebound there by Klein-Herrenbrink. All the way down once again. And Team Black trying to open things up, trying the long pass.
Well, trying to get that run out. She was in position. The pass was just a little bit soft. It had to be a get over the head of the defender. The idea was right.
Richardson into the corner along the baseline. Isabel Gannett stepped on it.
Oh, they say that it was tipped out.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So it will be Team Black ball.
Yeah, it said that Bilan tipped it out. I didn't see it, but
Ball back in.
I have long considered it part of my mission to question referees, Dan.
No, far. I think that's so outside the realm of your personality.
But that point, though, is that somebody has to do it because people on the floor aren't allowed to. The coaches aren't allowed to. They get technicals. And you'd have to argue that all officials are superb to say that they don't deserve some criticism. And I don't think you're prepared to make that argument.
Wouldn't go near it. Sarah Leffler called for the reach. And Team Gold with 14.1 left to go in the opening quarter. Peters drives, can't get it to go. Richardson plays that one up. Leffler for Grewal.
Ooh.
Grewal off the backboard, loose ball. And the buzzer sounds to end the opening quarter.
I think she thought she had less time on the clock than she did when she jacked up that last shot.
14.1 on the inbound,
Yeah,
so...
well, she still had 4 on the clock when she released it, and she just rushed it so much.
Yeah. Trying to get it in.
A trifle scrappy, I would say.
We got some first quarter highlights here. Not a lot of scoring right now at this point, but these girls will get warmed up very soon.
Well, one of the few perimeter shots that we saw fall in, I thought, was Isabel Carson. One time she drove the lane. I thought on some occasions they really drove the ball well, finding sort of driving lanes, but they do at times struggle to find the open teammate.
Well,
very low scoring affair.
Well, you talked about the lack of familiarity that these girls, they may have seen each other at tournaments and played against each other, but never played together.
That's the whole point. For the most part, they haven't seen each other at tournaments or played against each other, because all of these leagues operate entirely separately. So that if you take the Jewel Prep kids would never play the Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association kids. So they haven't seen. That's what's so novel about this format, is that you bring together kids from essentially four different leagues and put them all on the floor. I mean, they're all from Eastern Ontario.
Well, you mentioned earlier about COVID affecting these girls. COVID has affected the entire sport of basketball in a very, very significant way as well.
No question. That I mean, you got 2.5 years where you couldn't get in the gym. You don't get coaching. You don't get games. You don't. I mean, people talk about basketball being down in recent years. And I don't think that anyone can argue with that proposition, because think about that. These kids couldn't even get into the gym to shoot because the gyms were all closed.
That's right.
You know, it's and particularly, I mean, the whole idea behind the development of these elite leagues was that these kids would get more of an opportunity, a competitive opportunity to develop, but then they're denied that by the pandemic.
Oh, big time! Senna Baines with the long deuce. That one off the rim and a rebound. Back the other way. Chelsea Hemian. Hemian off the glass, doesn't go. The rebound, Wachuku underneath, and there's a battle for it. Isabel Carson and Sierra Wachuku battling underneath, and it's Team Black ball on the offense.
On the alternating possession, so. No, they're saying it's team goal. The arrow is pointing in favor of gold, so.
Team Gold with it, and in one of those errant passes again.
Yeah.
That was Kira Lusk hoping that Isabel Carson would have got the memo.
The funny thing is that those two kids play for the Blazers. Like, they're on the same team.
Isuzi. Inez Isuzi doesn't go. Rebound there from Alicia Stevenson, and Kira Lusk brings it up. Drops it off. Here's Carson. Isabel Carson to the hole. The rebound put up off the glass. Stevenson gets the rebound back from the top, from the foul line. Carson still at it. Here's Lusk stepping on the out of bounds line, and it will be Team Black. The lead now 10. Sooner or later, those shots are going to go in. Right underneath, Isuzi off the glass for two. Inez Isuzi with 6.
From Team Gold's perspective, they better hope that starts sooner rather than later falling in.
Inez Isuzi with a third. There's a steal by Chelsea Hemian. Hemian coast to coast off the glass, draws the foul against Alicia Bruce.
I got to give Alicia Bruce credit on that one. She was 3 meters behind and caught up to her and fouled her. Like, she almost got all ball. She hit her on the head, but you got to admire, respect the hustle on that play on her part.
Doesn't go. Chelsea Hemian.
You know, I think Matt McCooey, a former Rogers play-by-play guy, is now a big poobah here at Algonquin.
He teaches.
He's
He's a poobah?
A poobah. He used to talk about the Matt McCooey School of Free Throw Shooting. And there's a couple kids here that I sort of said, well, they should be sent to that school. Horrible rotation, incredible arc. I mean, Matt would go, oh, sigh.
Well, he always was a stickler for details.
He was.
Hemian for Baines. All the way back out. Hemian has it once again. Goes to the basket. All kinds of traffic in there underneath. Loose ball. Stevenson looking for some help and puts it right into the hands of a Susie.
For a second there, that looked a bit like a volleyball match. Everyone hitting it up into the air.
Well, they're both aggressive going after the ball.
Yeah.
And Susie wanted to go up. Stevenson said no. And now, fresh troops out there on the floor in this second quarter. 7 minutes, 28 seconds left to go. Team Black ahead of this one by 13. And
Team Gold really struggling on offense. They've had a lot of open looks that just aren't falling.
little drop off there for Pazzi and the steal. Back the other way. And there's the steal.
You can call
right
both
back.
of those steals. I call them gifts, Dan. They both gave away the ball.
Stafura. Cameron Stafura goes left side.
That's a nice
Carrera,
feed.
and there's a nice finish there.
Stafura, great pass on
And last basket by number 37, Lily Gover.
Was Lily Gover.
yeah.
So Team Black continuing to widen the lead. Here's Stafura. Inside for Gover. Loses control. Back the other way comes Ashlyn Norris. Norris forced to put the brakes on. Has it stolen from her. And it comes all the way back out. Carrera underneath. And there's a prayer from Stafura. And it goes back the other way. Team Gold ball.
She filled the lane beautifully on that run out, but the ball was just delivered way too late. Should have gotten
Norris.
2 steps earlier.
From long distance, off the rim, back the other way. Gover has it stolen from her. Taken by Zoe Giroux, and she goes in off the glass for 2.
First bucket of the second quarter for Team Gold. Oh,
That was wishful thinking, trying to get through. Nice pass and better defense there from Bryn Hardy. Back the other way, Team Gold. Giroux for Ashlyn Norris. Norris to the outside. Underneath. Inside for Bryn Hardy for 2. And Team Gold starting to get their offense warmed up a little here.
I'm still getting over that line. That was wishful thinking.
Evelyn Tunkara. Tunkara back out. Giroux! Bomb for 3! Zoe Giroux!
And Team Gold on a 7-0 run.
Now with 5 points.
Carrera crosses over,
Hard foul.
draws a foul. Against Giroux, her first personal.
Team Gold foul on number 19, Zoe Giroux. Her first, team's second.
That's what they call one of them their physical games, Dan.
And Ella Carrera scores on her first of 2 attempts from the line. And makes them both.
Both teams starting to settle down in terms of their shooting, but boy, are they making some sloppy passes. A lot of gifts.
Norris for Giroux. Giroux found Hardy to the corner. Rolled off the rim. Didn't go. And in her brief appearances so far for Team Gold, Evelyn Tunkara has really made some heads-up plays, but they don't seem to be trying to get her the ball.
I like Schreibert's effort to track down that ball off the rebound in the corner. Able to save another possession for Team Black.
Here's Gover. Drives to the outside. Pauly. Forced back out. Loose ball. And here's Giroux. All by herself. Giroux puts it up. It doesn't fall. Gets it back. Thanks to Evelyn Tunkara. Good steal there by Schreibert. So as aggressive on offense, she is equally aggressive on defense.
Number 39, Ashlyn Norris, her first, team's third.
A real size differential on the floor now for Team Gold, so we'll see whether they can make up some of that deficit with like sort of posting up or some of their bigs.
The lead is 10. Here's Schreibert. Drops that off for Stafura. Stafura forced back out. Schreibert goes left hand
nice.
off the glass, and what a great take by Alexia Schreibert for 2.
If that is Hans Schreibert's daughter, I'm sure he would say, I taught her that.
Here's Tunkara off the glass. The rebound comes out. Caitlin Taylor unable to.
2 second chance opportunities as a result of their size advantage, but they couldn't finish them.
Stafura. Back out, Gover. Retrieves it, back out for Schreibert. Schreibert finds the lane, can't get past Tunkara, and Tunkara kept her feet moving. Had she kept her position, she would have been okay.
Yeah, generally when you hack someone on the arm, the officials will catch it. So, I mean, that's what she did, is hack them. But you got to give Schreibert credit, a second consecutive possession where there are 2 aggressive takes that she has benefited from, scoring on that one and now at the line. I mean, I like her attitude.
3:34 left to go here in the opening half. It's been all Team Black so far in this U16 Girls All-Star Game as part of the National Capital All-Star Classic. And Jeff Wilson has retired from teaching. He did this at the grade school level for years and years and years, but he saw how things just weren't working out basketball-wise after COVID, and he decided to put this all together for the benefit of the players. Good for him.
Kudos to Jeff. I thought this was a sensational idea. And even though they haven't got a lot of chance to practice with one another, and you know they had the tryouts, and they tried to even out, the coaches sort of got together and tried to even out the balance the teams so that you had what they believe to be sort of equivalent talent. I mean, you really don't know in a lot of cases, particularly when you're comparing kids from different leagues. Until you see them in a game situation against one another, it's hard to sort of truly find that balance.
Ball goes out, and it's Team Black possession.
But it's a great idea. I hope they do it more in the future. I think that they could also expand it, or they should expand it, to include more boys levels. I mean, there's
It's an absolute free-for-all underneath the basket, and the ball comes out into the hands of Finley Cotton.
Team Black foul on number 44,
Danica Richardson, the offending party.
team's first foul.
So Team Gold trailing now by 13. Here's Ella Peters. Drops that off. Alicia Ballon back out. Back out for Peters. Peters from long distance. That one
had no
just
chance
shy.
from the start. Could see her feet weren't in good position. She was off balance.
Klein Herrenbrink Back out for Leffler. He tried to go inside for Richardson, but
A trifle ambitious.
Peters. Screen set up by Desjardins. All the way back out for Desiree Watson. To Alicia Ballon. Ballon still with it. Kicks it back out for Peters. No shot clock. Here's Peters, gets it back. Now needs some help. Has the dribble, comes all the way back out, spins away, and the ball reached in there. Sarah Leffler didn't give up on Emma Peters there, or Ella Peters.
Yeah, no, I really admired Leffler's effort on that. Peters made a horrible decision here. Got just before that, tried to get the ball on the post. Luckily got the ball back and then drove the lane, and luckily saw Leffler tip it out. Sometimes, maybe she's Irish. They're not going to be Irish.
Alicia Ballon not experiencing that kind of luck on that play. And it will be Team Black ball. 1:56 left to go here in the opening half. Leffler loses it, gets it back. All the way across.
Ooh.
Rewall. Nice defensive play there by Watson. Now Watson trying to get down there, goes off the glass, can't get it to go. Leffler, first person back to defend.
Well, see, that's one of the things I love about you, Dan. You go, nice defensive play, which it was, giving credit to the kid for their effort, but she was taking a shot from beyond the arc, from the hip.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it easier to block.
Michaela Desjardins for Ella Peters, trying to find the lane, kicks it back out. Watson off the rim. Richardson. And another battle, and who's right in the middle of it? Sarah Leffler.
I like her effort. She hustles on the floor.
Timeout called by Team Gold with 1:02 left. There's still a ton of time. There's at least 21 minutes and 2 seconds left in this one for Team Gold to get back into it. And as they displayed in the earlier going of this second quarter,
they can make a run.
They had a 7-0 run there.
Yeah, I can remember Andy Sparks, a legendary coach in the Ottawa ranks. He coached at Ashbury for years, and then later the Ottawa GG's women, and there was like 3 minutes left in a game, and his team was down 13, and Andy goes, this level of ball, that's an eternity. So 3 minutes, anything can happen.
Yeah. And especially at this level.
Yeah, no, I mean,
they can get hot. They can go cold.
These kids have these are the elite of these four leagues. Like, so they're certainly skilled. Are they as skilled as they could be had they had 2 more years of coaching in games? That's another question. And I admire the fact that, 2 things, that, they make the commitment to play at this elite level. The other thing we should also mention about playing kids at this elite level, generally their parents discover, golly gee, it costs a fair bit of money.
From long distance, that one misses, and Sarah Leffler back the other way. Leffler drives, and there's a little bit of a walk in the park.
No Euro steps at this level, Dan. You can't be Jimmy Butler taking 7 steps for the Miami Heat.
Ella Peters, once again, moves left side, drops that off for Ballon. Ballon has it roll off her fingers, back the other way. Isabel Gannett, back for Leffler. Boom for 3. Sarah Leffler. 29-13 the lead, 23 seconds remaining in the opening half. Ballon puts up the prayer, and it goes. Gannett, nice crossover, kicks that one back out just beyond the reach of Tegan Klein-Herenbrink. So 7 seconds. You got time enough for a shot. Peters kicks it out. Ballon has it, loses control, and it's back the other way with .3 left on the clock here in the opening half.
In the pros, they'd say just enough time to catch the ball and shoot it.
All it takes is a touch toward the basket. That'll do it. And this one at halftime, Team Black leading Team Gold 29-15 in this U16 Girls All-Star Games. Any surprises, Wayne, or is this the kind of performance that you expected from unfamiliarity?
I think that's definitely true. The one thing that has really shocked me is how poorly they shot and passed.
All right, 29-15, Team Black leading Team Gold. This is the National Capital All-Star Classic, U16 Girls. Don't go anywhere, folks. Second half coming up. Welcome back to the gymnasium, the home of the Algonquin Wolves at the Jack Doyle Recreation Complex. And this is Team Gold versus Team Black, and here are the highlights from the opening half, Wayne Condro.
Well, at moments we saw some really impressive takes. I thought that some of the kids did a really good job driving the ball, aggressively driving the ball. Little trouble finishing at times, but that's where the strength was. The perimeter shooting really wasn't that, outstanding. But when they you see Leffler hitting a three there, but for the most part is when they got the ball inside that they were able to score.
And they attempted to work the ball inside. Both teams were doing that. There's Giroux with a couple of the 5 that she got in that opening half.
Yeah, this is where I thought there's Schreiber. I thought some really nice takes there right near the end of the second quarter. And
well, Team Black will get the ball to open this second half. And the ball back in, courtesy of Brielle Quasitier. Here's Isuzi. Inez Isuzi. Back out for Hemian. Chelsea Hemian put up the prayer and another jump ball underneath.
Possession arrow, Team Gold. He's starting to mix up his lineups a bit here, not sticking with exactly the same platoons.
He's got Evelyn Tunkara out there with Ashlyn Norris. There's Tunkara from the corner, off the rim, going in and gets her own rebound. Back out Giroux off the rim. Scooped up there once again, can't get the shot away, and back the other way is Hemian. Hemian off the glass, doesn't go. Norris with the rebound. Norris down for Tunkara, had the lane, hesitated, and ended up costing her. There's a steal there from Wachuku. Moves that one up. And
she got bailed out there by the foul because, Wachuku basically filled that lane beautifully behind her. She should have delivered the ball to her. She'd have had an easy layup.
Ashlyn Norris with her second personal foul. Senna Baines makes her first 3 on the ball game for number 22 for Team Black. And Baines makes that one.
Interesting rotation on that release. It's like a flick from underneath.
All 4 of Baines' points have come from the charity stripe. Giroux for Tunkara underneath, tried to go back out, and once again, Inez Isuzi. They're strong defensively, reaching in, keeping it alive, stepping on the baseline. It'll be Team Gold ball.
I like Suzy's effort on the both boards on both ends of the floor. Like, she really scraps for the rebounds.
Tunkara back out for Giroux. Giroux, left hand off the glass for 2. Zoe Giroux now with 7 on the ball game. 7 of the 17 gold points. Here's a Suzy once again. Driving through traffic, puts that one up off the glass, and Ashlyn Norris comes up with the rebound. That's 4 boards for Norris so far in this one. And there's a steal from Sierra Wachuku.
It's like, who wants the ball?
And Wachuku off the glass for 2.
Nice finish on the run out.
Coast to coast. From Ottawa Next Level. Loose ball again.
Oh, that looked like all ball.
That was Bryn Hardy.
Tempo picking up a bit in the second half. Yeah. Coach is basically telling everyone, attack, attack.
Team black foul on number 26, her first, team's first.
Brielle Quasitier with the foul. Bryn Hardy missed her first. And misses both. Tunkara, Evelyn Tunkara, across the court into the hands of Norris. That one missed, and Wachuku
Another great
down
run
for a Suzy off the glass for 2. Inez is Suzy with 8 on the ball game, and back come Team Gold. Norris sends that one out. That was Hardy trying to drive through, looking to feed Giroux underneath, but she was being marked closely by Chelsea Hemian. Norris. For Hardy. Back for Norris. Norris finds the lane, drives, goes right hand off the glass, tries to spin it in, right into the hands of a Suzy. Senna Baines for Wachuku, tried to go up left hand,
Foul.
Draws the foul on Caitlin Taylor.
Taylor's done a nice job in the last few possessions, sort of getting her Team Gold extra possessions. She rotated over beautifully there to try and stop Wachuku, but just got her on the hand.
And that line is Sierra Wachuku.
So at the line, Sierra Wachuku.
Gold now going much smaller with this platoon.
Wachuku makes both free throws. She's got 4 on the ball game.
Checking in for Team Black is number 39,
Cameron Stafura coming in from the Brockville Blazers. Out there, Ella Peters. Watson, Desiree Watson with the crossover, trying to find the open body, finds Peters. Peters trying to look into the corner. Defense, Balan moves it back out. Watson into traffic, and Stafura right there.
That zone that Team Black shifts into with this platoon is really a struggle for Gold. But you can see that they're really out of position, and that's a function too of training and stuff like that. Like, they don't know how to attack the zone. Obviously, that's coaching and training coaching, but
Football. It'll be Team Gold. No, it'll be Team Black. Yeah. Schreibert. Alexia Schreibert inbounds the ball for Ella Carrera. Carrera drops it off for Stafura. Stafura into the corner. Carrera thinks about it, tries to drive the baseline, and Balan was there.
Let's say she lost the ball. It wasn't deflected.
Peters into the corner for Watson. Ella Peters into the corner. Desjardins tried to work it inside. Gover was there for Team Black. Back the other way. Gover for Schreibert. Schreibert puts on the brakes, comes back out for Lily Gover. Gover back for Carrera. Carrera near side. Stafura in and out.
Nice hustle to get the ball.
And she knocked it off of Alicia Ballon. So it should be Team Black.
Well, they called it a jump ball, so the refs couldn't decide who it went off of, and it's possession arrow Black simply by virtue of the jump ball. It went off of Black, no question. That was officials just missing the call.
Well, another
they need
good
instant
hustle
replay
there.
like in the NBA, where the refs huddled for 2 minutes at center court and look at it from 16 angles before.
Or if you're
this sort of
professional soccer, video replay.
Sometimes they study for 2 minutes what was totally obvious to everyone in the stands and behind the cameras. And this, oh, really? I can report. What a shock! It's Team Black's ball. Oh, really?
Well, you're not alone in that assessment for every sport. Watson had a chance and couldn't lift it up high enough. Here's Schreibert back the other way, and Ballon with great defense reaches in and knocks the ball away.
I thought Schreibert made a great move to get away from those two defenders and get up the court, but Ballon, actually one of the few times we've seen Team Gold get back in transition defense.
Stafura for two. Cameron Stafura with her first two of the ball game from well out. So the perimeter shooting starting to heat up a little bit, Wayne.
On one side, I mean, you know.
Nice drive there by Finley Cotton to add to Team Gold's total.
Well, it's just their second bucket of the third quarter, though. They're now behind by more than they've scored.
Here's Stafura. 4-3. Stafura off the rim right into the hands of Alicia Ballon. Now, good hustle there by Carrera. Back the other way, it's Schreibert off the glass. And Ballon with the rebound. Back the other way, Schreibert giving chase. Here's Ballon off the glass for two. Alicia Ballon going coast to coast.
Taking that to the bucket no matter what.
Stafura. All the way back out. Carrera for two. That doesn't go. And here's Desjardins. Moves it out. Desiree Watson. Ballon off the glass. But she'll go to the line. Give, I guess, Emily Pawsey her first personal foul.
I'll give credit to Alicia Ballon. I mean, you know, she's provided a real lift for Team Gold.
Making it count here in the second half. Yep. Ballon with 5 on the ball game. Back the other way, it's Stafura. Stafura drops it for Carrera, drives the baseline. Guess who comes up with the loose ball once again? Alicia Ballon for Desiree Watson. Into the corner. Desjardins for 3. Doesn't go. Pawsey with the board. Moves that up, and Stafura bumped right into the Team Gold bench, and it will be Team Black ball.
I kind of think she was fouled on that one. Little hip check into the bench, but wasn't called, so I guess that makes it legal. Oh, ill-advised.
Schreibert.
Lucky that Ballon got that ball back.
There's an errant pass in the key. Watson scoops it up, comes all the way back out. Desjardins fakes the shot, drives, finds the lane, goes left hand, off the glass. Watson with the reach in, knocks it loose, and Schreibert starts away for Team Black.
Well, a reach and a hack, sometimes it's just a matter of rhetoric.
Stafura from distance doesn't go, and it will be Team Black ball once again as Desjardins, Michaela Desjardins, Desjardins did her best to keep it alive, but just unfortunately unable to do it. And now fresh legs coming out for Team Gold.
Milan provided Team Gold a real bit of life on that shift from that platoon.
Carrera kicks that one out. Gover back out for Carrera for three off the rim. Into the hands of Schreiber for the deuce, that off the rim. And a nice rebound there from Isabel Carson. Back the other way, it's Kira Lusk. Lusk drops that off for Carson. Carson moves it around. Sends it out for Alicia Bruce for three. Doesn't go. Carson with the rebound. Goes up, draws the foul, and she'll shoot two.
Team Black foul, number 39, Cameron Stefura.
Cameron Stefura with the reach, and Team Black
Lineup change for Team Black.
will get some fresh troops on the floor with Isabel Carson at the line, trying to chip away at this lead that was 20. Now it's 17. Misses both. All the way back out. Gannett moves it near side. Kathleen Grewal tries to go underneath. Richardson kicks that one out. Sarah Leffler put up the prayer, didn't go, and back the other way comes Team Gold. Carson, long deuce,
Out.
in and out. Rebound picked up. Klein Herrenbrink. Difficulty controlling the basketball there with all the spins and cuts.
Team Gold foul, number 7, Kira Lusk.
Kira Lusk with her first personal foul.
Maybe you can call that her LeBron James move. She's able to draw the foul, no matter what.
Well, inbounds for Gannett. Into the corner. Lots of air on that one from Klein Herrenbrink. And scooped up by Lusk. Lusk. And a foul there. Sarah Leffler a little out of control, and she gets tagged for her second personal
She
foul.
came from way behind there to get it, try to get into defensive position, and I don't think that was a foul. Like the Lusk was backing off, and when Leffler sort of passed through her, they called the foul. One thing I got to say about this Team Black, and I don't know whether it was a coaching emphasis or what, but they've been getting back in transition very, very well and forcing Team Gold into a half-court game, which they've struggled at.
And everything, Grewal spins and gets it to go. Kathleen Grewal. Here's Kira Lusk. Drops it off for Alicia Bruce. Bruce drives, draws the foul.
Team Black foul on number 8, Isabel Gannett.
Isabel Gannett, the offending party.
5th foul.
And Alicia Bruce makes
Alicia Bruce.
her first point of the ball game.
Short.
Loose ball once again. Scooped up there by Klein Herrenbrink. And she brings the ball up. Leffler. Forced outside. Drops that one off for Gannett. Puts up the prayer. Doesn't go. And Team Gold has it. Lusk brings it up. Kira Lusk drops that one off Alicia Bruce hacked in the act by Klein Herrenbrink, and she'll go to the line again.
Team Black foul on number 24, Tegan Klein Herrenbrink. That's her first.
Alicia Bruce gets it to go. Now down to 16 is the Team Black advantage. Klein Herrenbrink brings it up, takes a couple of steps, and another walk. She really didn't have much of anything as an alternative on that play either.
The other part of that is that she dribbled herself into that corner.
Lusk for Carson. Drops it off all the way back out for Bruce. Look to shoot. Now she goes in underneath. Doesn't work. Great hustle there by Kira Lusk. Back out for Robinson. Robinson can't get it to go. Still after the loose ball. Stevenson all the way back out. Bruce puts it up from long distance. The coaches like the effort, but I'm certain they would be much happier if the result were different.
Yeah, I mean, they run that weave twice, and then all of a sudden just stop. And the coach, you can look at the coaches on the sideline, and they're going, "Why?"
Stevenson charged with her first personal foul with 8.4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Grewal off the rim.
Nice rebound.
Nice rebound there from Danica Richardson. She's able to put it back. And the horn sounds to end the third quarter. So Team Gold still having difficulty staying with Team Black here in this U16 All-Star Classic.
Well, the end of that quarter, they had a nice little 8-4 run and started to take advantage of their size advantage on that second platoon. But, I mean, really, their problem has been defensive transitions. There's just so many runouts for Team Black. I thought, that's what they've done really well, but they don't always do it, is attacking off the dribble. But, and Leffler has been a real sort of bolster for them. Wachuku, on the other hand, has been a star she's been one of the better players for
Alicia Ballon as well.
Ballon. Like, there's some really great individual efforts here, but there's no real consistency. And there's really a difference in terms of how they're playing or what they're running, depending on the platoon that's on the floor. The one thing that really stands out to me has been Team Black's defensive transitions have been really good. Like, their offensive transitions have been good as well, but on defense, they all get back there very quickly.
Underneath. Oh, guess who's back? Inez Isuzi. 10 on the ball game. Giroux inside. Norris kicks that one out. Off the rim. Not much arc as Isuzi comes back with the board. She's done it all for Team Black.
Not much arc, Dan. Try no arc. That was more in the vein of a line drive.
That was Senna Baines. And she's fully in agreement that was her fault. My bad.
Yeah. Well, you got to admire the admission that, yeah, you're right.
Loose ball again, scooped up by Isuzi.
The run out here, the transitions by the...
Underneath, and Chelsea Hemian puts two in off the glass, and she'll go to the line.
Team Gold had 3 players that were still at midcourt. Like, they're just not sort of getting back in defense, on defense.
But great transition from
Black
ball,
by Team
from
Black,
catch
no
to
question.
shoot by Hemi in there.
Yeah, by Team Black, absolutely. They're really capitalizing on those runouts, but Team Gold is also making it easy for them.
There's Tunkara. Underneath. Hardy kicks that one out. That one. Norris had that. It can go off the rim. Here's Wachuku. Moves it in as Susie kicks that one out off the glass, and a great feed to Chelsea Hemian, and she finishes beautifully, and Black running away with this one. Hardy. Bryn Hardy into the corner, too high for Zoe Giroux. And there'll be some changes here as coaches want to get everybody in the ball game and have everybody experience everything they can from this all-star weekend.
Take in the whole experience. Exactly. I mean, however ragged the play has been at times, one of the real good things about something like this and a game like this is these kids also are often playing against elite players they've never played against before, and that's always benefit. There's a competitive benefit to that because you see what level you're at, what you need to work on, what, you know, I mean, the whole idea behind the sort of development of these elite leagues was that this would ultimately yield better player development for the, I mean, in this case for Ontario provincial teams, and it has been working because if you look at the Ontario midget and juvenile teams, they've been dominating at nationals lately, particularly on the women's side. So I mean, it has been very good in terms of development. Now there was a bit of a setback because of the pandemic, but these kind of games, this kind of exposure to other quality competition is always good for you as a player.
Giroux heard some footsteps, drops it off. Norris drives, kicks that one back out off the rim. Giroux, not much arc on there, but good defense by Evelyn Tunkara for Giroux off the rim. Doesn't go. Hemian. Chelsea Hemian gets it back. Finds the lane, goes left hand. Norris with the rebound, back the other way. Norris tries to go up, and no hack.
Said she got all ball. I didn't have the right angle to see, but
guess who was that? Inez Asuzi once again. She got 10 points on the offensive side of the ball.
She's been a real bright spot for Team Gold.
There's Tunkara. Asuzi carries it up. Inez Asuzi for Senna Baines. Baines into the corner. Quasitier for Hemian. Back out for Asuzi for three. Boom! Inez Asuzi. 2 for 4 from beyond the arc in this one. Hardy tried to go through. Loose ball scooped up by Hemian. Back the other way.
The easy run out.
Hemian.
She was fouled, no question.
And no call, but Asuzi comes back. And now she's got 15 on the ball game, and certainly making her cause known to those who may be selecting a player of the game here. Wayne Condro as Giroux puts that one up off the rim. Back out for Tunkara inside.
Well, considering how strongly you just lobbied for Inez Asuzi, I'd probably be a fool if I didn't choose her. Of course, there are many who would argue, my wife included, that I am a fool, so that shouldn't surprise anyone.
No. Zoe Giroux having some difficulty and timeout called. Actually, just no timeout. It's just changes.
Platoon change.
Alicia Ballon out there wearing number 23 for Team Gold, and at the line it's Bryn Hardy. Puts her first one up and it drops. And can't get the second one to go. That one goes off of the hands of Schreiber. No, it went off of Ballon.
Team Gold going to a bit of full court pressure here.
Stafura on the far side. Down the line for Gover. Gover kicks it back out for Ella Carrera. Carrera, couple of spin moves out to Schreiber for three off the rim. Ella Peters starts away. Peters finds the lane, puts up the left hand off the glass, and Alicia Ballon there to pick up the loose ball. Back out for Desiree Watson. Watson trying to make a couple of moves, tried to get that one to go in off the glass, and Ballon comes up with it again. Alicia Ballon doing it all for Team Gold. She's got it now, just trying to control it, needs some help. Finds Ella Peters. Peters drives, goes left hand, misses, and is scooped up by Cameron Stafura. Stafura sets up the Team Black offense. In for Emily Pazzi. Pazzi puts up the left-handed jumper, rolls off the rim, and Ballon has it once again. Ballon with 7 boards, goes in off the glass for 2.
I've been very impressed by her every time she's been on the floor. Like, this kid works hard. Andre Desjardins probably elated that she's at Louis Riel Academy.
And Schreiber stepped on the baseline trying to retrieve that loose ball, and it's Team Gold possession here. Here's Peters trying to go into the corner, looked, had it stolen, has it once again, kicks that one looking for Desjardins, and Ella Carrera comes up with the steal, back the other way for Team Black. Into the corner for Schreiber, finds the lane, puts it up and in. Alexia Schreiber now with 9 on the ball game.
9 points for Alexia.
Desjardins. Michaela Desjardins dropped that one. She went up, almost called for an up and down, and in the reach in there by Alicia Ballon, her first personal foul.
Team Gold foul on 23. Alicia Allen, her first, team's second.
Carrera brings the ball up. Little more than 4 minutes remaining here in this U16 Girls All-Star game. And Schreiber in the corner gets it back for Carrera. Look to shoot. And Ballon boxes her out, and Alicia Ballon called for the bump. And that's her second personal foul.
Team Gold foul on number 23. Alicia Ballon picks up her second and the team's third.
Stafura off the rim. Desjardins comes up with the loose ball. Ballon once again. Alicia Ballon making a case for recognition here. Doing it all offensively and defensively in this second half for Team Gold. Stafura for 3. Guess who's got the rebound once again? That's 8 boards for Ballon.
I thought she was hacked on that one, but the shot was so errant, the refs probably figured it didn't matter.
Desiree Watson with it. Down for Ella Peters. Peters puts up the prayer, ends up in the hands of Finley Cotton, and that one missed. 2:57 left to go in this one, and both teams making changes.
This second unit for the team gold, they've done a much better job on the boards, and Balan provides them with a real lift just in terms of her effort level. Nice inbounds play there, but
And the finish by Bryn Hardy. Or make that Isabel Carson, not Hardy. Carson. Inside. They move it around. Here's Carson, top of the key, puts it up. Got the free shot, but just unable to finish. Underneath, Richardson. Little too much sauce on that one off the glass and missed. Completely unattended underneath the basket.
Gruel missed her on the run out right off the top, but it would have resulted in an easy layup. But then she found her on the inside feed, so there was a bit of poetic justice, but she didn't finish.
Here's Kira Lusk from the Brockville Blazers. All the way around, drops that one off for Alicia Bruce. Bruce, forced back, retrieves it, finds Carson. Carson looking for some space, drawing the foul.
Now they're just having fun on the floor. They kind of know the outcome has been determined.
Correction, that's on number 8.
Isabel Gannett called, and at the line, Isabel Carson with 4 points on the ball game, make that 5.
Isabel Carson.
That rolls off the rim. Grewal comes up with the board, back the other way. In for Richardson. Back out Leffler for Grewal.
Hey.
That one looking for the hack on the arm, and it didn't come, but
Travel
called against Kira Lusk.
And Leffler forced that travel by jumping into position. She, in my opinion, has been one of the consistently the best players for Team Black. You know, she makes the right decision. Her passes aren't soft like a lot of kids' passes have been. She's been a real spark plug for the Team Black.
Team goal foul on number 38, Isabel Carson.
Isabel Carson's first personal foul. That sends Danica Richardson to the line. Richardson makes, and Team Black continues to widen the gap. The lead now 25. Richardson with 4 points on the ball game. Kira Lusk tried to go underneath for Bruce, and that one intercepted easily by Klein Herrenbrink.
Well, the run out was there, and Klein Herrenbrink passed it up, shaking her head, telling her teammates, no. But it was there for two fellow players. It's sort of.
1 minute to go. 8 minutes this week.
Carson underneath. Lusk just threw it up and almost made it. Back out. Lusk for 3. That one just a little bit too much on it. And Bruce steps on the baseline. It'll go back the other way with 48.8 or 45.8 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Ooh.
And Richardson underneath gets the gift. And Team Black gets to 60. Bruce unable to handle the pass. And Team Black will get an opportunity to score yet again. Leffler put that up. Richardson underneath came up with the loose ball, and step on the line there by Rachel Robinson. All the way back out for Leffler on the inbound. Underneath for Richardson. Tries the left-hand skyhook, and it goes. Danica Richardson having some fun here in the late going. Carson underneath. Robinson tries to spin, and Isabel Gannett charged with her third personal foul.
Thing about Team Black in this one, Dan, is that at various times, different players have had some really nice minutes. I mean, Leffler, Wachukwu, Schreibert, Isusi, like their superior depth, if I can put it that way, has really made a difference.
Inez Isusi, 7 rebounds, 15 points, and certainly coming up big when she really needed to.
Yeah. Well, she was their best finisher, no question, in terms of on offense. But the thing that really made the difference here is that how quickly they got back in defensive transitions and how they got their running game going, taking advantage of Team Gold's lack of haste on defensive transitions.
And this one's over. A little bit of fun between Isabel Carson and Isabel Gannett. A pair of Isabels playing, you're not getting past me in the last 10 seconds.
Well, at both Brockville Blazers as well, so they're teammates.
You could tell the way they were relating to each other that there was a lot of history between the two for sure. A 62-34 final, Wayne, and despite the fact that it was a little bit choppy at the beginning, a reasonable showcase for these under 16 girls.
We saw some spectacular moments, some great finishes, and I mean, certain things they did very, very well. I mean, the one thing they didn't do particularly well was pass the ball very well. There are a lot of soft passes in this one, and that's a function of you know, they need more game time, more practice, more coaching, all of that stuff, but you can see the talent level. It's there.
Indeed, and we got an opportunity to see it again, which is a really good thing, not only for you viewers at home, but it's a collective basketball experience again, which hasn't happened for 3 years.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So if you were to select your post-game most valuable players, I'd have to go with Alicia Balan for Team Gold and Inez Isusi for Team Black. Those are my picks.
I long ago learned that one should never question the wisdom of the Ernie Calcutt, Eddie McKay, Brian Smith Media Lifetime Achievement recipient. So I'll agree with that, Dan.
And guess who?
Well, no.
Alicia Balan.
That was an easier choice. Balan was truly the star of the Team Gold. You know, you got to admire her effort level. This will be a little trickier. Susie scored more, but on Team Black, they got a lot of nice contributions from different players. They gave it to a Susie.
Yep. Inez Isusi from the Nepean Blue Devils, and
seems to have been a popular choice with her teammates. They were all delighted.
Yeah. Well, as competitive as they are when they're on the floor, Wayne, right now it's all about the camaraderie and the experiences that they've all made over the course of the last 4 or 5 days.
Absolutely. And the fact that, look at it, they all love the game. You can tell they all love the game by the way they play. Which makes sense to me because it's the best game in the world.
There you go. Spoken from a true gentleman. It's Team Black over Team Gold in the U16 Girls All-Star Competition here at the National Capital All-Star Classic 2023. For Wayne Condro and our entire Rogers TV crew, I'm Dan Mooney. Thanks so much for the company. So long from Algonquin College.